Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us. We're starting late because I actually had to wait for everybody. So we won't take much of our time now. So I'll go straight into the chapter for today, and hopefully we can go a little bit faster. So this is the next one. Chapter 3 was done last month for the first session. And this is the second chapter we're going to be looking at is transition to R. That's for chapter 4. So I'll suggest you read this because am making assumptions that we already made up our minds to get into R. So the chapter is just about why and the benefits and all this stuff. I think this would be better for you to read because I'm not from all these sectors. I've not used SAS before. I've used Excel. I've not used Tata. So it's better for individuals to read this and be able to kind of know the advantages of getting into R. So I would move to the next chapter. So that's suggested packages. So this is a chapter that going to guide you through the packages that you would need to complete this book successfully. So some of the packages are highlighted here. So I'll show you how you can go about this by creating a new project. Let me just click on this new project. Okay, new project, new project. So just give it a name. R for AP. Let's just put it, let it be like that. So that's for R for epi. So okay, so we have the project now. So to make things easy, I would create a new file where we can put the script in. The first thing we'll ask to do is to install the Pacman package. The Pacman package is actually good um, if you want to make things easier for yourself or kind of a bit much more smart way of installing and loading your package. So the first thing we have to do is it's a package as well. So let's just install that first. So that would be Pacman. Okay. So I'm installing that now. So you can use this statement that's installed those packages an R base R function to get your um packages installed. So if you have that installed, then we can go ahead. Just stop me if I'm too fast or you don't understand what I'm doing. So the package has been installed now. So I need to comment it out so that I don't have to repeat myself and maybe when I want to run that again. So let me save it so that we don't lose. So script, I'll just save it as script. Okay, so moving on, I'll load the package by so after installing the package, I would load the package Pacman. So loading the package gives us the opportunity or the window to use the functions that comes with the package. So I would call the name of Pacman, then I will use a function called p underscore load, p underscore load here. Okay. So the next thing would be that I have to give the names of all the packages that I want. So that's been given to us here. Let me just copy everything. Although I've started mine, put everything here. So I'll explain what you're supposed to do. Okay. So after installing Pacman, Okay, so this statement is just checking if Pacman is installed or required here. Is not like this is a not kind of function. That was what I would say, or maybe um that you negate a function. So so if it's not required, we don't have to, then we can jump out of this. But if it's required, we will have to install this. So I hope that's understandable. I've already installed, I have that. So I don't need to install again. So I'm not going to run that line of code. So the function that I was talking about, that's the p underscore load. This function helps us to do two things. One, if the package you are referencing or you are passing in as an argument, if it is installed, it's just going to load it. But if it is not installed, it's going to install as well as load that package at the same time. So you don't have to bother yourself about, okay, is it installed or not installed? Just put the name there. P underscore load will do justice to what is needed, either to install and load or just load into your environment. That's just it. So I'll go through the packages that were recommended and to understand what they are supposed to. Although the comments are there. So the first one is Learn R. So this is an interactive tutorial in tutorials, a package which allows you to get your hands on interactive tutorials in R Studio tutorial pin. Okay, so if you install this, you have that pin added to your environment. Then Swell is also an interactive tutorial in R console. So another one is the Hair. This help you with your file path. So it helps you, it's kind of a clean path, how to kind of state the path to your folders or files within your project root folder. The explanation is there, the comment is there. Then the second one is the real. So it imports or exports many types of data. So many data sets. You can do that with real. Then open Excel access. So this is for importing and exporting multi-sheet Excel book. Then we have the Pacman that we installed earlier. Then the RAM for version, manage your versions of your project or your packages. Then remote install from a GitHub repo. You can install a package from a GitHub repo. Maybe it's not yet on CRAN, then you can get that one there. Then Tidyverse. This Tidyverse is the mega package that includes all of this. So you don't need to install these packages that were commented out one by one. You have all of them inside the Tidyverse package. So then the line list. So it's a cleaning line list within this EPI handbook. Then we have the Nania. So assessing missing data. The janitor, that's for tables and data cleaning. GT summary, making descriptive and statistical tables. Then R statics, that's for quick. So you can just go through the comments. There's a lot. So, but what I'm going to do, since we're following the book, I'm going to run everything for this project. So that could take a little bit of time. So I'm doing that now. So while that is running, let me just go through the chapter and continue with that. So packages from GitHub, we have one and two. Okay. So I'm going to copy that while we're waiting for this to complete. I'll just leave that there. I think that takes us to the end of chapter 5. So do you have any question here? If you have any question, let me know. Then I can take that question before moving to chapter 6. So it's just like preparing ourselves for what we're going to learn in this book. So there's no big deal here. So let me just go ahead. If there's no question in the chat, nothing. So I'll go ahead to chapter 6. So I'm still installing here. Okay, so chapter 6 is about the R project, which I've already gone through by creating a new project here while we're starting. So, but I'll go through the chapter while we'll make good use of our time while the packages are being. So, um, suggested uses. So, R projects is an R project enables your work to be bundled in a portable, self-contained folder. So within the project, all the relevant scripts, data files, figures and or outputs, and history are stored in subfolders. And importantly, the working directory is the project's root folder. So what we're trying to get from this paragraph is that you need to be organized when you're working in R Studio especially gives you the opportunity to kind of organize your project by having an R project created within the GUI. So this will keep all the information that has been mentioned together so that you don't have your data file in your documents, then your script in your C drive, your figures or output in your pictures folder or whatever, well, download. So that is disorganization already. And it's going to be difficult for you to be pulling, where did I keep this? Where did I keep that? So you need to, all these are challenges that professionals in the past have gone through, and this is bringing in a product that helps you to do that through our studio. So that is that. So suggested use is okay. A common, efficient, and trouble-free way to use R is to combine these three elements. One discrete work project is hosted within one R project. So project, one work project within one R project. So each element is described in the sections below. So an R project has a self-contained working environment with folders for data, scripts, output, figures, etc. So the here package for relative file path. So the one of the packages that we're installing here is the here package. It helps us to get the relative path to our root folder for our project. So we'll see that in this chapter. So then we also have the Rio package for importing and exporting data. Okay, there's a question here. How can I get the book? Is there a link to it? Yes, there is a link. I'm actually reading from that link here. So I'm going to put it in the chat. So okay, let me just cut this off so that you have the beginning here. So you can although it's a heavy folder or file, let's go to the beginning. I'll take you back to the beginning so that we can sort that out. So this is the first, your landing page. So here, if you look through, you can download the entire book as well as project. Okay, so if you look at my screen here, you can see the instructions for downloading the handbook and data. Okay, so yeah, you have offline, an offline version of it. So you can download this and have it without being online always. So that's what you can do on the landing page. You get all this information. So that is that. So that has been treated in the last session. So let's um or do you have any issue? You have to go through a lot of information there to get all those things together, and that's going to take a lot of time. So do you have any? Okay, good. Okay, you're good now. Thank you. Okay. So I think I'll explain this because I've already gone through creating a project. So I'll explain this here. So to create a project, you can let's. Oh, sorry. Is there any other question? Okay, no questions again. Okay. So I believe you can still see my screen. Are we together?
Yeah, we can still see it.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to start a new session of our studio. So to show you how you can create a new project entirely, our project. So stop sharing this. So I'm going to share a new one. Okay, this is a new session, so I'm going to close this project from this session. Okay, so for you to create a new project in our studio, so what you can do is that you can go through from my right side, I can click on this and say new project, or I go to file, then I look for new project here. So if I click on this, I'll have a pop-up. It's coming up. So I click on the new directory. So that's the one that I want to focus first. So if you click on this, you have varieties of options that you can select from. Or if you have a version control or an existing directory that you want to have your project files kept, then you can select the second option. Or version control means that you have a GitHub repo on GitHub online that you've already created and you want our studio to connect to it. Then that's when you use this option. But I'm going for the first option. So I'll go for the first option here as well. Project type as new project. I just wanted new project. So it's going to be R for Epi demo project. Okay. So the options we have here, you can select anywhere you want your project folder to be created. Mine, I have a default um, folder where I keep all my projects. Then the options here, you don't have to check any of this. If you don't have a if your RStudio is not linked up to your GitHub repo, then you don't need to select this. Then if you're not looking at managing the versions of your projects, you don't have to select this either. So you can just go ahead and click create project. So that this is basically what we have now. So you can now go ahead and click this plus sign to create a new script. As you can see, you can save it, click on this, then you save it, give it any name for script, okay? So all you go to file, new file, R scripts, and any one you want here, any of these files that you want, you can select anyone. So let's just select this as well. Control S, my script, okay? So that's basically how you can create your project. Let me go back to the book. Let's see what. Okay, so let me see what else is Okay, so switching to different projects. So let me go back. So what the next thing is that okay, you can switch between projects. So if you go to your right hand side, you will see the project name where you are currently in. This is the project name the project we just created. So you can click on the arrow beside it. Then you have options of other projects that you want to work on. So you can select any of these ones, then you'll be able to go back to it. So that's basically that. Or you go to file, you can go down to recent projects and you'll be able to see all of them. So that is that. See, so there are some settings there that you can have. So let me just click this demo project, then we can move to the one that we're actually using. That's a lot. It's still kind of, we're still downloading. It's a lot there. Uh, so the next part of the chapter states some settings that you can do on your own to personalize your Art Studio environment. So what you can do is that go to this menu from the menus that we have here. We'll go to tools, then we'll go to global options, or if you want to tweak your project, I wouldn't say you should do much of that. It's still okay, but let's go and check the settings. Um, So here, okay, it says it's generally advised that you start App Studio each time with a clean slate, that is, with your workspace not preserved from your previous session. So this will mean that your projects, your objects and results will not persist session to session. So you must recreate them by using your script. So this is good because it will force you to write better scripts and avoid errors in the long run. So to set the Art Studio to have a clean slate each time at startup, so we go to project options. So from the tools menu, just like we've had opened up. So then in the general tab, set Art Studio to not restore .r data into workspace at startup and to not save workspace to .r data on exit. So let's go back to that screen. I hope you can see my screen. So restore this into workspace as startup. So default, we say no. Okay. Save workspace to r date dot r data on exit. We say no. Okay. So always save history, even if it's not saving to this. Like what we need to do is no. So before I click save, let's just confirm from what they have there. So what I'm saying is this: select the options, then we in the general tab, not this. That's a no. Then not save workspace to this on exit. That's a no. So by default, we should just make it no, a no. So that's that. So we have no, 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 or we leave this one by default. Just let's do what is in the book. So we click OK. So that is that for the settings. So let's pause here. Okay, so organization now, it is common to have subfolders in your project. Consider having folders such as data, scripts, figures, presentations in your project root folder. So I'll take you there. They will create folders for things like this, just as a demonstration, not so let's just follow what they have. I'll just copy this here just for me to be able to create those repository. So if you go into the files pane on your right side, you see a folder with a plus sign on it. So click on it. Then let's create the first one, data. Then the second one, scripts. Okay. Then the next one is figures. The last but not least, presentation. Okay. So I think that is that. For organization purpose, that's basically what we have. So we've done that. Let's see the next thing. So the next thing that we need to do in this chapter, I think we're moving fast. We've covered 3 chapters now. So it's look at the version control. So you might want to consider a version control system. So it could be something as simple as having dates on the names of the scripts like this, and an archive folder for maybe files or scripts or data that you want to archive, like that. So consider also having commented header text at the top of each script with a description, tags, authors, and change log. So adding comments to your script is a very, very good habit you should cultivate as a developer, because you're not going to be, as a data scientist, you're not going to be working alone. You might want to share, most of the time you will want to share your script with your colleagues, your teammates. So they need to understand what you've been able to do in each step that you're taking. So that's a good one. Then a more complicated method would be to have your projects kept on GitHub repo. So, or a similar platform, maybe GitLab. There are so many out there. So you can also go through, there's another chapter here on version control. That's for another day. So on one tip is that you can search across an entire project or folder using the find in files tool under the edit menu. So edit menu, find find in files. Okay, if you click on this, you'll be able to go through and search through your files. Any question, because we're almost at the end of this chapter. If you have any questions, please kindly let me know now. Just give a shout out. But if you're okay, we can still continue to move. Also give me shout out there. Yeah, I think all my packages are installed now. Okay, so I'll look at that. There are still some that are not yet installed, but that's for another day. If we don't get that, we'll install it in future. So let me go back to for Epi. So um, I'm not going to install these other packages. So that's the um this contact, Epic Contact at timeline. You can install that later. I don't want to take much of our time. So as well as this book, I don't want to install it now. So I'll reinstall later. So since I've not done this, I can't do any of these examples that were given. So you might have to do that because my internet is kind of not so fast. So try that at home. Then if you have any questions or challenges, then you let us know the next session. So let me see if we can still squeeze in some time here. Okay, let's Okay, so the examples will be withheld for now, then we move to chapter 7. Okay, chapter 7. I hope I'm not going to be taken back based on what I didn't install. Okay, I have to get all those ones. So let me try. Let's just give me like 5 minutes. Let's see if I can install and download those files quick. If it's possible, then. So for those who have not downloaded the book and data, let's try to go through it together so that we can all be on the same page. So to download offline handbook, you can download offline this. Okay. See the suggested packages. Okay. Use the download link. So for quick access, right click this and save link. Okay. I'm right clicking and saving the link. I want to save it into the project. I'm waiting for something to come up. Okay, yeah, something came up. Okay. I need to go into this. Okay. R for epi. Okay, I think there is it. So so let me just save it here. Okay, that is that. So if on this no, that's okay. So use our R package. Okay. We offer an R package called Epi. Choose a function download book that downloads the handbook file from our GitHub repo to your computer. Okay. This package also contains a function get data for the data. So run the following code to install the package. Okay, let's try this. I'm copying this to my R project. Okay, so I'll just push here. But that was what I did earlier. It's not, it's still skipping it. Um, okay, I don't know. Okay, use force to force installation. Okay, saying we should use force to force installation. Okay, let me see. Okay, force or is it not? Is equal to true. Let's see. How to make this work? Okay, okay. I think we need some forcing, some forcing in our lives to make changes then. Okay, hopefully this one will work. Okay, let's wait. I'll pause the recording here so it's not going to be too long. So, so let's try to download the book. I'll go there and I've also copied this. We load the package first. So let me load the package. Okay, yeah. We load the package first. So let's go ahead and load the package first. Yeah. So we have that loaded. Then I think we can use the function now. Down download. Okay, no. Epi Epi handbook. Okay. Download book. Okay. Hopefully this will get it from. Okay. Awesome. Ah, should I say? What should I say here? Epi book. Let me just say Epi book. Hmm. Oh, no. Cancel. What's going on? Sorry, let me go back. So to download this, next run the download. Okay. Let me just put this here. Okay, I'll do that again. Uh, okay, folder. Maybe I should create a folder. Here. Let me create a new folder. Book. So select. So here. So I suppose it's going to. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I think we're downloading the book now. If you're following along, you should be able to just first of all install this. Add. Okay, let me add that. So we add to post it to what? Where is it? Um, okay, I'm coming. So we did something here. Yes, I found it. Okay, so we have to add this to help. So we need to force the installation. So this would work if you add this argument. Okay. So then the next thing would be that you load the package. Okay. If you load the package, then you can either use this or you just use the function like this. Let's just follow what is in the book. So this will give you a pop-up window where you can create a new folder to dump all the books. So let's see. I think, yeah, we have the book, offline book. So that is that. So the next thing is that let's use this to get the data. I think still remember. Get data, yeah, from, so we don't need to go back to the book. So just use this function to get the data. So let's see what that is not true. Okay, error, this is not true. Okay, I think we have to do what we need to do. Let's go back to the book. Okay. So what do I do here to get the data? Download the data to follow along. Okay. We already installed, we loaded the package. Okay, sorry. We should have done. So copy. I'll copy everything that we need. So, and this one. Okay, let's do that first. Okay. So to get the data now, first you have to get the function, but you have to pass an argument all. So I'm running that. Okay, data. Let's folder. I'll say data. Okay. So select this one, select this. So that should do it. So we have that. So let's go to our file window. I'll check the data. Okay, we have all the data there now. So it's so simple. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. So I think I'm doing a good job there. So download a specific file into a folder on your computer. No, we don't need to do this. Download only the line example data into a folder on your computer. I think we have all of them here. Line list underscore clean. Everything is here. So we don't need to do this. So it's just kind of we'll rush. So we want to use the time well. So I don't need to do this because I've downloaded everything here. So you don't need to do that. So let's go back to the book and get all our file because I wasn't taking this session, so I didn't do all this before. So I think we're done getting the book and also the data. So download one by one. This option involves downloading now. From our GitHub rep. I don't think we need to do this anymore. So this is a fictional. Okay, the case line list. The description is this. This is a fictional Ebola outbreak expanded by the handbook team from the Ebola SIM practice dataset in the outbreaks package. So click to download the raw line list. That's the data. The raw case line list is an Excel spreadsheet with messy data. Use this to follow along with the cleaning data and core functions page. Okay, so let's download this. Save link. Okay, so I would suggest we have something within the data folder. I would say this is raw data, raw data. Okay, so I would prefer to put it in here. So you don't get into any surprises in future. So click to download the clean line list again. Okay. Okay. I don't know where to put this. Okay, I'll put another. I'll have another folder. Clean. Let me just put it there. I don't know. So when we get to the chapter where we'll use this, we'll get a better understanding of that. So, so other related files. So click to download the clean line list as an Excel file. Okay, I'll save this as well. Hopefully we'll be able to use that. Okay, I have that in the clean data folder. So part of the cleaning page uses a cleaning dictionary. It's a .csv file. You can load it directly into R by running this. So okay, import this, then this. Okay, I'll copy this. I'm going to go back to R Studio. So we need to run this here. So I'll just push down, copy this, paste that in. So I'll load the package, real package that has been installed. Then I will run this to import the CSV. Okay. Okay, let's just examine what is there. Okay. So what I will do is this. I want to save it as a CSV file. So write CSV. And I'll just keep it somewhere. Maybe I'll have a folder for resources. Resources. Okay. So I'll keep it in resources slash. I'll give it the same name. Dot csv. Okay. So let's. Okay. Cannot open this. No such. No, 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 no. Where did you keep the folder? Okay. Let me just Control X tab. Give me something. Oh, where is my folder? Where is the folder? Oh, sorry, I don't know where I saved the folder. Oh, okay. It was saved in somewhere different. So let me move it out. I don't want it here. So into the project root directory, that's where I want it to be. So I've moved that out. So okay, good. So let me push it in here. So that's saved there. So I should have that CSV file here. So that is sorted out. Oh, that's a lot of work. Okay. Let me go back. go back and so all these settings you're supposed to from the last session, I think you were supposed to have done it yourself. But it's good that we did it together now. I think we would be on the same page when we have to go into chapter 7, because that's more practical work. So what else do we need to do here? So malaria count data. So these data are fictional counts of malaria, and it, this ensures you will have only minimal. Okay, I'll just click this and save as well. Claudius, I don't know. So let me push it. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. I think all these data said they've been downloaded. No. Okay. It's already there. This ensures there's the minimal this. Okay. I think all these are descriptions. The files are there already. Linked scale data. So these are fictional data sets used in the page demographic pyramid. You can load this data directly into R by running the following commands. Okay, so we can also do this. Okay, so I believe this is going to still be repeated in the chapters when we want to use it. But if we're lost, we'll come back here. So I don't just want to download data and we have to take the session. It's going to kind of duplicate it. So I don't want to do that now. So contact tracing, I want to go back and check. Let me go check the contact tracing data set. So we don't just download data. Okay, contact. Anything like contact? Mm. Okay, there's something on linked data, is there? So let's see the name of this one. So I don't want save link cases claim. So I'm going back to our studio cases link. Cases. Okay, they're all there. This data, they are there. Cases clean is there. So I don't need to download cases. Okay, no case clean. No. Uh, Let me check the clean data. No. Okay, so we'll go ahead and download that. So I'm saving, okay, in clean data. Okay, I'll clean that's there. Save link as contact clean. So I hope I'm sharing the screen now. Okay. So I'll save this in the clean folder. Okay, no, I've downloaded that. So kindly just go through chapter 2 to get all the data that you need one by one. Anyone that is duplicated or might get us into a bit of messy situation. So just be careful, look through and download the data. So yeah, basics all the okay. Mm. So I think we'll stop here. The time is past and so I think this will be our assignment. Just try to go through chapter 2, get all the data sets downloaded. Um then we can continue in the next session. So if you have any question or any challenges, use the WhatsApp group or DM me directly or any of the facilitators. We'll try our best to help you out to understand the readings as we go along. And you can also send an email to the group But I think the fastest way is to use the WhatsApp group. So use the WhatsApp group or DM me directly. So thank you everybody for staying thus far with me. I'm really grateful. So well, I think the most important thing is just for us to be consistent, continue to read, and then we'll learn more. So next week we're going to have the geo computation class and the session, and also R and Python for Shining on Saturday next week. So thank you very much. Stay good. Take care of yourself. I will meet you next week. Next month. Thank you.